Hey guys, great to see you. We have an amazing guest tonight, so please grab everyone you know and get them on here. We're gonna, Instagram's a little bougie, so I'm gonna go over here and bring them in. My name's Bren Harris, the Warrior Mom with the Warrior Nation, and we have an amazing guest tonight, and you do not want to miss this. I know that you are here for such a time as this. And of course, Instagram is, being bougie and not connecting right now. If you know someone who wants to feel better, get in shape, and align with who they are called to be, this is your episode. Now, I won't pretend to have all the answers. I just know that when I invest in myself and I take that plunge and get 1% better every single day, that everything seems to align. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Bren Harris, the Warrior Mom with the Warrior Nation. And I'm going to take you in the Wayback Machine real quick. This feels like it was last month, but it's been, 17, 18 years. This is where Warrior Mom started. And that's baby Zach. We had moved back from southern Japan, stayed with an older relative. Yes, that kitchen has not been updated since the 70s. And moms were being disrespected online, and something rose up in me. And I'm like, this will not happen on my watch. And then fast forward just a few months ago, this is one of our trips we took out of state. He has big ear defenders. This kid towers over me. I might be 5'2" on a good day. I like to say petite and powerful, not short and sassy. And he is such a gentleman. He is officially diagnosed on the autism spectrum. We do not have autism in our house. We have a diagnosis, and that qualifies us for an amazing amount of therapies and services that help us get 1% better every single day. Now, if you've been living under a rock and you don't know that I released 2 bestsellers in the last few months, this is your wake-up call. Thank you to everybody. You voted on the best-selling author picture. And not every day do I have a hair and makeup team and photographers telling me exactly how to stand so the light's great. But I just love that you guys voted overwhelmingly for that photo, and that it blesses me. That was one of my favorites, but I couldn't say that when you were voting. And real quick, the major and the musician, it's where books are sold. And if you do not like mystery, intrigue, suspense with a dash of romance, this is probably not for you. We have a chapter of mystery and then a lesson, written in bold letters, write the vision, a lesson at the end for the warrior mom to take theory to application and have 3 quick wins every single day. And this is the accompanying book that hit #1, and it is the Warrior Mom Journal Volume 1. And that's where the lessons are in the book, and they're also in the journal. So just so you guys know, we got this award for going #1. And I want to take you on this journey because we're locking arms in the next 90 days, and we are diving deep because I know how isolating it can feel being a mom. Then you throw in a special needs mom. But I founded Warrior Moms by Bren, and now the Warrior Nation. We have a lot of grandparents and aunties and uncles that are joining us, and we want to be inclusive. And so the Warrior Nation is our movement. We're in half a dozen countries with 20,000 strong, and you need to be here. I see you. I hear you. You belong right here, right now. And please join us and know that we see you and hear you, and we're here to be stronger together. We have a surprise coming, a big announcement. So stay tuned to the socials and let us know in the chat where you're chiming in from. And if you threw a dart, I'm right in the middle in Oklahoma, and sometimes the weather forgets to take its medication. We had 7 below zero this weekend with a big winter storm, and now it's 70 degrees. So we just, it keeps it interesting because it's very unpredictable. I know that you are in for such a treat. And my son was completely healthy until he's about 22 months of age. And I took him to the well child visit, and he was medically injured. And this is not a journey I would have ever chosen. What I do know is it is all about becoming who we are called to be and help those we're called to help along the way. Hey guys, great to see you. Yeah, we have Georgia in the house, we have Tulsa in the house, we have South Carolina and Seattle in the house. I'm so glad you're here. And thanks for being flexible, everybody, being on at a unique time. And our guest today, a native of Hawaii and the owner of Hula Flow. I do not want to steal her thunder. So we are going to bring her on, and I want you to just listen as we get real and raw and authentic, and talk about theory to application and being stronger together as we lock arms as moms and warrior moms, and knowing that you are not alone. One moment, I'm going to let her introduce herself here. Hey, Moana, did you make the live?
Aloha. Yes. Hi, Bren.
I'm so glad you're here. Please share with the Warrior Nation and our tribe a little bit about who is Moana.
Who is Moana Ye? Well, I'm love in its highest form. And through what was given to me as a gift, I am Aloha. I'm an ambassador of Aloha, and Aloha to most of the world is a hello and goodbye, if you're familiar. And so, what I like to do is break that down into what that really means. And ALO is the presence or the acknowledgement of, and Ha is breath. So, when we
Oh,
say aloha, we're really inviting in our breath, which is life, into this space because we're sharing this space together. And so, I'm going to say aloha to you and aloha to your audience as we are one in this moment while we share this time together. So, aloha.
aloha. Oh, you are such a breath of fresh air. I just love all that you are doing in this space. And I know that you are called for such a time as this. Can you share a little bit about where you're from and a little bit about how that shapes who you are today?
Absolutely. It shapes a lot of who I am today. One thing I want to say before I get into that, I just want to say congratulations on all of your accomplishments and how inspiring you are to me. So yeah, I'm very honored to be on here with you. So thank you
Thank
for
you.
asking me. Um, who I am and where did I start from? I'm actually, my descendants are Hawaiian and Chinese, but I was
Mhm.
actually born in LA, Los Angeles, and I was raised in Orange County. And so, being off of the island in California, I was lucky enough to be around a very large Polynesian community. And that is the core of me and what helped shape me because they really kept me connected to my culture.
Mhm.
And even though I didn't live on the islands, I understood a lot that I was supposed to understand, and we did it all through dance.
Mm.
So I learned at a very young age um, the entertainment side of our culture, the dance and the music, and what it brought to people who were experiencing, our Polynesian shows or just being around the music and the dance. And it was everyday life for me. And I didn't really understand how much it shaped my life until I moved away from there and I moved to Texas. And so I was already a young mom by the time I left Texas, and that's pretty much where my second half of life started. I went into being a young mom very early and didn't really understand who I was, just trying to survive being a young mom. And then when I moved to Texas, I didn't have that same community like I did in California. And so that gave me a reflection that I really needed to look a little deeper into because I started to feel like I was alone and that I needed to do everything alone. I
Oh,
wasn't
wow.
using that support of the community. I felt like it was, just me. My immediate family was there, and we had that bond family. The Ohana, we stick together and we help each other. But that large community that I had, it was so many aunties and uncles that we call them out of respect. And there's, it's that tribe. It's that tribe.
Mhm.
So I felt like I was kind of seeking that for a long time.
Did you guys catch that, Warriors? Community will outdo willpower any day. And that's a really, really beautiful reminder because we're only as strong as our tribe. And that's very important. I know that being a mom can feel alone. And I just love how you said that, Moana, that you were seeking more, seeking more. Now, fast forward a little bit. Do you have a mantra or possibly a scripture or a phrase from all the Polynesian background that helps you with your everyday?
I think one thing for me that stands out the most, and I do use this on a daily basis, is that do all things through love. And love really encompasses what Aloha Spirit is about. Um, Aloha Spirit is what lives in us, and it ignites what we live by, doing things the same way through a creator's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Love, I do use this analogy for love is to let others voluntarily evolve. And so being able to see someone exactly where they are in the moment and who they are is exactly how we need to appreciate them. We're all going through life at different stages, and so loving people in that way, in that manner, doing all things through love.
I just got chills. Let others voluntarily evolve. And I love that because you're empowering others to evolve on their timetable, not ours.
Yes, it's so hard, right? We want to almost sometimes push people, but it doesn't work out that way. And then if we reflect on our own, in our culture, ho'oponopono is very strong as well, and that's just being responsible for ourselves on every level. Everything that happens in our reality is happening for us, and
Oh,
so taking that full responsibility of how we show up and how we respond or how we react, and just be taking ownership of those things. And we have to love ourselves through all of that too. Have grace. It's an energy that we just practice. That kindness comes out when we can see all things through love.
right. Right. And I know you have a strong history and a strong connection with dance. And yeah, what does that look like from theory to application in your everyday adult life now?
Wow. It's what grounds me, um, bringing me back. There's different chapters in my life, and in 2020, we got to sit down and be with ourselves.
Hmm.
And in that time is when hula actually found me again. The dance found me. And being that I had moved away from the community, I moved to Texas, and I tried to keep it up, and it just wasn't feeling the same. And I know that I lost it, for a little bit. And then when I needed it, it showed up in my life again, and I found how grounding it was and what it brought me back into peace, back into my body, and remembering who I am. And really, that's what kicked off a whole nother path of this journey, and how Hula Flow Wellness began. It was just my own journey of remembering who I am and coming back to myself.
Oh,
So a daily
remembering.
practice is
Love
definitely
it.
necessary.
Oh, I love what you said. And I'm sorry to talk over. Can you repeat that for us? Remembering who you are.
Remembering who I am and what is inside of me and what that means, and allowing that to flow out of us. And so with hula for us in our culture is the way that we used language before there was language. So
Mm,
we would dance to tell these stories. And they're normally stories of our ancestors, stories of the land, location,
mhm.
love. And so what it ended up being was just more of a way that I can find an expression for my own feelings that I'd suppressed for so long.
Wow.
And so with the way that, this has been for a healing journey of my own, it's now turned into something that I can help other women to discover and remember who they are inside, but find a way to release it to find their own expression.
Oh, that's so powerful. And you guys, I've taken one of her classes before. This is not for lightweights.
Well, I like to say it's good for, anyone with no dance experience, no hula background. It's really just a way to reconnect back into our body and our heart connection, as well as our spirit connection. So again,
Oh,
it's more about conscious breathing, intuitive hula, and intentional daily practice, so that it becomes habitual and living aloha every day.
oh, that's beautiful. And it's powerful, you guys. I just have it's challenged to articulate because it's so spiritual.
It is different. It's not a dance class. So I do have to preface that part. It's not a dance class. I have a lot of people who, they're excited to dance hula or learn how to dance hula. You will understand the basics of it, but it's more than just learning that part of it. It is a whole connection to yourself, and it's not a dance class.
Oh, that's beautiful. And I love that you are so in tune with that alignment because our culture is hurry, 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 busy, 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 rush, rush, rush.
Yes.
And when you hula, this is not your Hollywood, let's pretend to be dancers. This is
Yeah.
from within. And I just want to let you know, we have Trinidad here. We have New York, we have Manhattan, Strong Island, and Harlem. We also have LA's in the house. So I'm so excited that you guys can join us. And thank you for being on here tonight. One of the things I really want to let you share with our Warrior Nation tribe, what's one thing that you want to leave people with so that they can practice that in a daily intention today?
Ooh, one that I can pick from. Um, there is one that I do want to share, but I think for your question, just remember that one of breath. So, because I'm going to go back to the word aloha, it's the presence of breath, and it's the one thing that connects us all with no discrimination.
Oh,
We are breath. It is life. And without it, we don't exist. It's the first gift that's given to us. It's the last gift that we give back. So in between, while we're living our dash, we want to spend a little bit more time being conscious of spending some time to connect into your breath. It's the one thing that you have with you all day long,
uh-huh.
every single day. And it's the one thing that helps us to respond over react. And so
Oh,
when we go through our day, there's a lot of times where we need it, so that we don't react so quickly in this world of chaos. It's so much easier to just take a breath, breathe in for 4 seconds, breathe out for 6 seconds. So your exhale, you want it to be longer than your inhale, and just find this continuous breath. You could do it while you're sitting at the stoplight. You can do it while you're sitting waiting for your children in the car. It doesn't take very long, but it will recenter you and it'll bring you back into the present moment, because everything moves so fast. Our phones, the notifications, there's so many things going on that's so fast. And just to be in the present moment, we can find so much more clarity to just take one more step forward, whenever you need it.
will you walk us through that?
Absolutely.
A few breaths. Okay, you guys, get
Absolutely.
ready.
Absolutely. So, when you do it, I do want to preface this part. You're doing it intentionally. So, if you're going to do it, commit to doing it and try not to have like something that you're going to be like, well, let me check this, or, in between of a conversation. Just give this time. It's a gift to yourself, right? Our breath is a gift. It was the gift that's given. So, we want to treat it with that respect and give it that sacred space. So find yourself somewhere that's a little quiet. If you need to go in the car, and sit by yourself, go in the bathroom. You just want to sit calmly. You want to sit with a tall presence as we honor this vessel. This is our vessel that we want to honor. And you're going to breathe out for 2, just to empty the lungs. So breathe out, and then inhale through the nose for 4, 2, 3, 4. Exit out the mouth. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more time. Inhale through the nose. 2, 3, 4. Exit through the mouth. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Simple as that.
Beautiful.
And just sit with yourself with that. You can sit with that just for a couple minutes after that and just reconnect into how you feel.
Yeah.
Take note. If you find that your brain just automatically went right back into whatever it was, take note of that. And it's just an awareness. We want to get to states of awareness so that we can know how to move forward.
That's beautiful. Thank you.
Absolutely.
It's a great reminder. I found myself breathing in and then I couldn't breathe in anymore.
Yeah.
Practice with intention.
It is practice with intention. It's funny because we don't realize how much we hold our breath every day, and we don't fully breathe full capacity. And so, doing that type of breathing is actually the way we're supposed to be breathing. There is a right way to breathe, and it's using our full breath. And we go through the whole day just barely using a percentage of our lungs. And so,
Amen.
We wonder why we're so much full of anxiety or, short tempered. It's just that we don't find that calm within us just by breathing and taking advantage of this gift.
Thank you so much. I know that you are doing great work, and I know that you are online, which works out really well for our warrior moms who are not able to get sitters for special needs children and spend 2 hours at the gym and all of that lovely thing. And we would love to support what you are doing. Is there a best social media or email that you can share with our crew?
Absolutely. I can first give you my email. I don't know what I just did there. My email is Hula, HULA, the number 6, IRL @gmail. So it looks like the word girl. Hula 6 IRL, which also stands for in real life, @gmail. And then on Instagram, it's Hula Flow, HULAFLOW. And if you go to my Instagram, you can DM me for, I have a sample session for anybody who's interested. You could DM me and I will give you the link for that recording. And if you're interested in diving in deeper after that, and you want to learn a little bit more and go in a little bit deeper, I'm going to be holding a sacred container space for a small group of women. So this isn't something that I'm putting out just for anybody. It is for people who really want to dive in and do this work. And so it is a sacred space. I keep them small for a reason. And so I will continue to give you the link after you have tried the sample session. If you want to dive deeper, we can talk about the rest of that and move forward with that.
Oh, beautiful. And just so you know, if you're on Facebook and YouTube, I put it in the comments, Hula 6 IRL, looks like
yes.
Hula, at gmail.com and at Hula Flow on Instagram. Shoot a DM.
Yes.
Okay, yes. Awesome. Thank you so much. Be blessed.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me on, and aloha to all of your community as well.
Thank you. See you. Guys, I am so excited that you're here. We're doing this at a different time, so thank you for jumping in and supporting the cause. I have big things that are coming, and I know you are called for such a time as this. Here at the Warrior Nation, we want to be your source for truth, transparency, and trust. Warriors, unite.